Yeah, that's true. Skyclave apparitions, low-key council's judgment. Who would win in team draft? Community characters or Les Mis characters? I think that Les Mis characters would draft better than community characters who tend to not have any sense of unity or cohesion a lot of the time. But Les Mis characters would lose because something tragic would happen to them. You get to play all the removal. I don't think playing all the removal is like a big draw to a Magic deck right now. But you are right. You could play all the removal if you were Dark Jeskai. Field of Ruin is weird if this is Merfolk, and I'm assuming this is Merfolk. Could be like a weird Soul Herder deck. So I finished the first 3 seasons of Community, but I've heard seasons after about or seasons 4+ worth watching. Season 4 is the worst season, but I think it's all worth watching. Yeah, it looks like maybe some weird Soul Herder variant. Yeah, I like all of Community, but the first three seasons are gold, and the rest of it's just not as good. I mean I like all of Community, even season 4, but I think season 4 is the worst one. I'm gonna steal their Vial. I think that we just want to keep them off of Vial and then dominate this game with Terminus. What is happening over here? Opponent is a Wilden, as the kids say. I'm gonna leave the Vial on 2 so my opponent will think I have Snapcaster in my deck. What do I think about the Hot Air Balloon episode? One of the weaker ones, but I don't know. I really don't think that there was ever an episode of Community that I was like, I'm not having a good time. Like there's just some that are like, absolute masterpieces, and some that are, good episodes of TV, really. Like Remedial Chaos Theory, I think, is my favorite episode of TV. I think that is maybe the best episode of television I've ever seen. Yeah, maybe they're trying to Ghostly Flicker, get some value. They're definitely on a brew, and their brew looks cool. Yeah, that's the timeline one. I've probably seen that episode like 30 times, something crazy like that. Yeah, Annie's Pen is a really good episode. The show is just really, really good. One of my favorite shows for sure. Is Counterbalance much better against decks with similar curve mana base? Honestly, most decks in Modern have a similar curve to Miracles. Maybe I was supposed to just get a Plains here. I wanted to be a bit greedy. That's awesome, Turtle Power. Wildfire is a great card. Well, now I get to pick up my Mystic Sanctuaries a bunch. Thanks, opponent. I guess I'll still counter it if there's a 2 on top. I'm trying not to have, so many favorite TV shows, if that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to just be on a like-dislike ratio. I think that helps me enjoy shows more if I just, like or dislike it, rather than say this is or isn't like my favorite show. What would I say are my top 10 favorite TV shows? Good question. When it realizes they can't Field of Ruin anything, maybe I'm supposed to get in Basic Island. I don't think so. Just don't really care about this. What would I sideboard versus E-Tron? I would sideboard Rejection, Teferi, Nexus of Fate. No, damn it. I did. Oh, shit. Man, just clicked no on accident. Feels bad. Not the end of the world, but feels bad. You're good. You're a good man. It's on me. I'm just not. You know, some days I'm sharper than others. I'm just maybe not sharp enough to be looking at chat as much as I usually do. The fourth wall of omens is mismatched. Okay, I'm not going to counter that, but I will draw 2 to have an attempt to blind counter. Wow, it's a lot of lands. We did blind counter off of a Path to Exile. What are my top 10 favorite silly chat questions? There's a lot. There's a lot of silly chat questions. All right, what did you got?
What is 4.3a?
That's not a silly question. What are you talking about? It's really important.
But you say it so much, they should know.
Well, they're not even asking seriously. They're asking because I only have 3
jokes.
They're
trying to egg you on, okay.
Well, it's not.
They're trying to
Is it egg? I feel like egging implies they're on the opposite side. I don't know.
No, it doesn't have to.
Okay. They played this is a land, so I'm assuming that they have a spell here.
I have a test tomorrow.
Oh no.
And I'm not ready at all. But I'm so exhausted. Still trying to wake up.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really tired too. We shouldn't have stayed up all night watching Joe Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
I keep calling him Joe Lasso. I was joking that he was like that. He was the Tiger King.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. They got.
Is it the accent? What gets you? I don't know.
About Ted Lasso?
Yeah, and Joe. What gets you mixed up?
Oh.
With Joe Exotic and Ted Lasso.
I don't know. How's it going, Nick? Chad is asking if I'd love them if they were a Lolita. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
I was just wondering. Yeah, that's the answer is no.
The answer is no.
What is my favorite movie or favorite couple of movies? Howl's Moving Castle. I like Pulp Fiction. I like Goodfellas a lot. It's probably Goodfellas, to be honest.
I haven't even seen that yet.
It's an endeavor to watch Goodfellas.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a whole day. Oh no, I'm out of sanctuaries.
It's a whole, like, you gotta start at 7 p.m. or 6 or something.
Okay, we just counter it anyways. Bless you, baby.
Bless.
I really like I really like Snowpiercer too. I don't really have a good reason for why I like Snowpiercer as much as I do, but I love Snowpiercer.
Is that a card or a movie?
It's a movie.
Oh.
It might be a card someday, the way Magic the Gathering is going, though. I'm not joking.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know if I want to tell you.
Oh,
You might not want to. You don't want to know, I think.
Everyone's complaining. Y'all just need to man up. Stop complaining about the game you play.
Am I a Wes Anderson kind of guy? I mean, I like Wes Anderson. I'm not a fanboy though. One of my favorite movies. I feel like I've lost my entire identity. Just don't know who I am anymore.
You are.
My favorite movie is twitch.tv/aspiring spike. I really liked I just can't keep a train of thought today.
I can't think of a favorite movie of mine that's not a musical or not like a kid show. Like a kid movie. Like
It's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with favorite. Yeah, Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse is really good. Really, really good.
Like I love Rotel.
We just path this. Counter the Ephemerate. Yeah, we have 3. Oh my gosh, I just realized we have 3 Torpor Orbs for this matchup. I've seen Drive Termagurf. In fact, there.
Wait, the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Speed.
No, that's
Speed.
That's Drive.
No, it's not. That's
Yeah,
Speed.
it is. Keanu Reeves goes, "What do you do?" And he goes, "I drive.
No.
I did this movie to pay for."
No, I'm thinking about the movie Speed,
My motorcycles.
where there was a bus that was like, has a bomb on it, and if they go less than
Yeah, that's Drive with Keanu Reeves.
No, it's not. It's Speed. It's.
I think we're talking about the same movie, maybe.
No, and then like the bus can't go under like 55 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. That's Drive, and then
Is
Keanu
that-
Reeves. Yeah. Keanu Reeves.
And then
They
go
hire
over a
Keanu Reeves to
ramp.
get on the bus. They
They jump over a ramp.
Yeah, and there's all these shots of people on the
I
bus
don't
screaming.
think that's Drive. I think that's Speed. It's Speed. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
It's
The bus that couldn't.
They're
slow
different
down.
movies. They're different movies.
You little.
I know.
shits.
I was doing a joke. I was doing a goof. Maybe I'll trim a counterbalance, bring in a Force. Play 3 Force. Yeah, Con Air is my favorite movie. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Ooh.
Con Air. You've probably seen it. I'm sure your dad loves Con Air.
Mm-hmm.
I've never even actually seen it myself. It's just like memed on Nicolas Cage. It's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh no, we don't watch Nicolas Cage. Except for.
What do you mean? I love Nicolas Cage. When I was a kid, my twin sister believed that they loaned the production crew of National Treasure the real Declaration of Independence for the movie, and she believed that for too long, years, and I could never convince her that she was just wrong about that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you show them the painting?
I did, yeah, I did. Well, I guess maybe not everybody's seen it now. Yeah, you can bring it over if you want. But I did a cube draft with my friends this weekend, and my friend Madison, who does all the art for the channel and stuff, made this for first place, which was me. I won with mono white life gain. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put it back?
No.
Thank you.
No. You're not welcome. No.
I'm also, yeah, I also sound like a basic bitch when I say this, maybe, but I really like the Marvel movies. I'm not ashamed of it. Did I spike a friendly draft? No, there was like a white unicorn from Jumpstart, and when we were shuffling up the cube, we just let that go. When we were shuffling up the cube, I had never seen this card, and I was just kind of joking with my friend about drafting Unicorn Tribal, and then I opened it in pack 1, pick 1, so I drafted it, and then I picked that card into like Archangel of Thune, and then I saw Walking Ballista after I'd already seen a Heliod, and I wheeled the Heliod, and then I got like Daxo, Soul Herder, Mother of Runes, Mana Tithe, Crested Sunmare, and my deck ended up being really good, I think, but it was, mono white life gain. Archon's pretty good here. Why Remand instead of Mana Leak or Logic Knot? Well, Mana Leak I think is pretty bad in control decks like this, where it becomes dead really, really soon with Path to Exile, and will be dead at some point anyway. So I usually would play Logic Knot instead. But Remand is much better against the Uro decks, and Remand is also kind of nice with your Miracles, and Remand is also kind of nice just like reset the top card with Counterbalance. So I've been really liking Remand, and I don't think I'm ever going to go back with this deck. Remand that. We need to draw a basic land, of course, if we want to have Cryptic Command up for next turn. Just remand the vanilla 2/2. Oh, this is not... Yeah, this is symmetrical. This is symmetrical. What's the best movie in the MCU? I really liked Far From Home. It's either Infinity War or Far From Home for me. But I thought Far From Home was really, really good. But Infinity War was also just like...
It's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I dropped my jaw at the end of Infinity War. Just loved it.
I was actually super surprised that
Esther,
Ant-Man and the Wasp was relevant for Endgame.
one of my and Esther's first dates was to Black Panther, so that one
Yeah.
holds a really special spot in my heart. We watched Black Panther. I'm not sure if you want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
The mop.
Yeah, okay, so we watched Black Panther, and she came over to my apartment for the first time.
No, it was like the second time.
Okay, well, maybe it was the first time you saw the disarray of my apartment, where my plumbing wasn't working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my plumbing wasn't working, and I had a mop in...
No, you had...
Trying to remember exactly everything.
He had towels in his bathtub, just in the bathtub, getting
What was the mop
shower.
for?
We went and bought a mop
Right.
at Walmart after seeing
Yeah,
Black Panther.
this is like our third
we
date.
also bought Taco Bell because I was hungry, but I didn't want you to spend money on Studio Movie Girl food, so I just like stayed hungry, and then I was like, I'm hungry, so we got Taco Bell after because I am nice.
Yes, you are nice.
And then we went back to the apartment, and he cleaned with the mop while I ate Taco Bell,
And so, like, my plumbing doesn't work, and Esther decides to stay over, and it's, you know, we've been on, like, 3 dates, and so it's like 4 a.m. and we need to pee, and we go to IHOP to pee, and it was a really good time. I'm passing out. So I thought we were just going to IHOP to pee. And
then I sit down.
And Esther is excited because we're at IHOP. She just, you know, loves IHOP. And so she sat down to eat. And we ate at IHOP, and it was a good time.
No, I ate, and you stared
Yeah, I ate, and I stared at you asleep.
Sleepy, while you would just talk about Pulp Fiction. And
Yeah, well, she had never seen it. So I was talking about the comfortable silences, I think.
And I'm just stuffing my face, and I'm like, I thought you were going to eat.
Mystics, because of Arcana and tapped.
I thought he was going to eat, and he didn't order any food. I said, what are you doing? I guess I'll eat quick. And so I was trying to stuff my
face. I was so confused that you sat down to eat. I was like, I thought it was 4 a.m. I was so tired. Everything was weird. Such a weird night. It was a good night. I really feel like it set the tone for our entire relationship.
No, you know what set the tone? The chicken fell on the table.
I don't know what you're talking about.
On our first date.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you tell them that?
No. On our first date, we went to a pizza place, and Esther had a
pesto chicken pizza.
Esther had a pesto chicken pizza, and a piece of chicken fell off the pizza. I should have waited for them to attack first. A piece of chicken fell off the pizza. Well, maybe I'll just tap draw with Teferi now. A piece of chicken fell off the pizza, and she just picked it up right off the table and ate it. And that's when I knew I liked Esther.
And then I looked at him, and I was like, oops, I guess that wasn't very manners.
No,
that's my instinct.
Yeah. That was when I...
My instinct was,
hey,
there's food. I can't let that go to waste.
Yeah, but I think people... Or at least I get first date jitters, and that's when I lost the jitters, I think.
And then I instigated talking about anime and Miyazaki, and I saw his face light up, and
because you were too pretty to like
called?
the things I like.
Relief wash over his face when I started.
I don't know. But that's the thing, someone's pretty, but you're like, am I going to have anything in common? And am I going to be able to form a connection with this person? And that's always nice when you can. I miss what?
International House of Pooping.
Yeah. I don't think I pooped then. I have pooped since then. But I don't think that day I pooped. in the IHOP. Opponent can actually get me off of white mana if they want to. But with double fielding, Ghost Quarter for the actual planes.
Can we talk about the moose again? No, he started using real
I started using the real one, yeah. I was convinced.
Does it work?
Does it? It's in.
Yeah, I guess. I can see a difference in your hair. Although this side's a little messy.
I didn't.
It's because you don't comb your hair.
Yeah. I was still asleep.
You do minimum work
Joe Lasso.
for your parents. Ted Lasso.
I keep calling him Joe. It's such a problem. Alright, we're going to lose... Oh, sorry. Torpor Orb, of course. We're not going to lose anything. We plus this, and then dig for a Terminus with Jace. We haven't seen a Terminus yet. It's kind of weird.
Oh, his kid loves My Neighbor Totoro.
Totoro is a great movie.
I actually thought... So when I was little, Spirited Away was definitely my favorite movie, and it was because, like, we watched it a lot. And we owned Castle in the Sky, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and then my dad just ended up collecting more Miyazaki films and everything. But yeah, definitely my dad was the one that was like the anime and Miyazaki buff, because he was the one that like introduced it to our... Because I've been watching like anime or Miyazaki films ever since I was little. It wasn't like a...
Surely we'll find a Terminus with this Omen of the Sea, right? Esther, which one is your favorite Ghibli film?
I think it is still Spirited Away.
Mine is Howl's Moving Castle, but
at first I didn't understand Howl's Moving Castle. But then I don't understand a lot of things.
Yes. This is true.
And I loved Spirited Away. Like, oh, I actually haven't seen Princess
Ding, ding, ding,
Mononoke.
ding, ding.
Isn't that one?
No,
you know the one
that one's
that's
Jalen's
super
favorite.
sad? Grave of the Fireflies? I don't want to watch it. Apparently that one's like super sad.
I don't think I've seen that one. You believe yours is Howl's Moving Castle, but I haven't seen the bunch in a while. I think we've talked about that before, Zach. It's been a while.
I think the last one we watched was Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving... Yeah, okay. I was getting mixed up. I did love Castle in the Sky and Kiki's Delivery Service. Like, Kiki's. Is it weird that I don't remember My Neighbor Totoro? Like, I don't remember
Not really.
watching it.
There's
I feel like there's... What is the plot? The plot is just...
There's not like a... The plot isn't the point.
There is no plot.
Yeah.
It's just cute. The Cat Returns? I think so. I'm getting it confused with Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't know why.
I would say the Torpor Orb has been good in this matchup. If I had to say good or bad, the word I would use is good. So we can bounce that, put a 3 on top, and link our opponent to 104.3A. Oh, they have a different 3-drop. Don't know why my opponent has, and I don't know. Maybe there's a reason to keep playing. Let's make sure my Entreat the Angels isn't exiled, but I would probably concede if I were on my opponent's side. But you, of course, all know how much I love utilizing 104.3A. Favorite rule in Magic. That's true. They could have forced the shuffle. They still could have and didn't. Triple Orb is BM. If they're not conceded, I'm going to play my cards, you know? I'm going to play my cards. It's either play him or discard him, you know?
It's for my entrepreneurship class. It's gay.
I feel like the archetype of a person, you don't know this, but I'm sure most people in chat know, but there's the kind of guy who brings his girlfriend to F&M and she just kind of sits there, you know?
That is me right now.
That's you right now, yeah. I'm just picturing you know, on my arm while I'm playing one-armed against my opponent in the card shop who's just super uncomfortable. Which honestly gives you a pretty good edge. To just
and we both wear cat ears though.
This is our strat at the next GP. You gotta get every small edge that you can. You gotta get.
Yeah, so non-players like able to go to tournaments, right?
Well, a judge will usually quiz you over your Magic knowledge for.
What?
Yeah, well, they'll just ask you basic stuff like
what?
what is like describe the stack, who decides to go first or second, just to make sure you know how to play. Otherwise, they'll kick you out.
I don't know how to. Hey, can you tell me how to answer these questions real quick?
Well, there's just too many that they could ask you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And if you can't play, they won't let you in the convention center.
No. But I brought you food so many times.
Well, you got lucky to dodge the judges then.
It was at the end of the night too. The end of the day.
Yes. Maybe I was supposed to keep the Jace to put the Terminus back. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna bounce the dragon here. Tie up their mana a bit.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it. You gotta, when you see something weird in chat, you just kind of gotta.
Okay, you gotta this, but I gotta.
This is why a one-man show.
Dang, that is so. It's so cringe. It's so neckbeardy. Fedora wearing. Did he wear a fedora?
It wasn't him. It was a player. It wasn't him. But
I know.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said did you wear a fedora? Did he wear a fedora? I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misheard you. Please. I can't be yelled at. Not today.
You're stupid.
But as funny as that story is, if you bring it up, then that's all chat talks about. For,
Is that a cat in Cryptic Command?
What?
Is that a cat? Oh no, it's a vase. It looked like a cat outline.
Maybe like a Alice in Wonderland cat. Kinda?
No. The Cheshire cat? No.
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 We could force this. I kind of like forcing this to maybe hedge against a Stormwing entity. Could maybe have pitched the Counterbalance, but Counterbalance is pretty good against them. Where's Athena?
That's what I was thinking. Athena!
Yeah, she's not here.
She said, I am on the couch. Sleep.
Hey, Michael.
Athena! Athena! Bah. Athena, come here!
I felt your feet on my chair. I thought that was Athena's paws. Alright, I think this game is officially taken over. That blind flip with Counterbalance was so nice. And now that we have Polluted Delta, feeling really, really good about our spot. I suppose we can play out the second Counterbalance. The second one's pretty relevant. Like you blind flip and then you can like scry after that. If you were to redeem 50k channel points for me to wear a hat, are there options for us to choose from? Right now, I just have a wig and the big hat in my room.
What happened to the bucket hat?
What is a bucket hat?
The green one? It's a bucket hat.
Oh, that one's in my car right now.
Oh.
Where it goes.
Where it goes?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That one's in my car, so I don't have that one with me right now.
Choose the wig.
Yeah, the wig is confirm added.
Wig.
And Esther will even wear it first while I use the restroom.
Okay.
Esther will do literally anything to not have to go study right now.
hold on. This wig not taking care of it. I'm a wee old woman. I'm a wee old woman. This is why I don't know how to study. What is studying? I cannot learn anything new. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. No, not me. I am old and frail. Old and frail. No, I will not click things. This wig sucks. Oh, yeah. I have apples. I'll bring a whole bag of apples. So, Everett owes me money. I'm just gonna steal his flagstones, JK. What?
Okay.
Nothing happened.
We're not doing this bit where you play for me again.
Okay.
That was such a nightmare last time.
A nightmare?
Yeah, it took like...
You think it was a nightmare for you? It was a nightmare for me.
I mean, it was a shared nightmare.
Okay. My hair looks better like this anyway.
Did the hot point even happen? I don't even know if I'm thinking, I feel like I'm giving them a free hat right now. That's fine. Sometimes you can give them to them for free.
There you go. There you go. Wait. There you go.
A free hat for the chat. How's it going, Fran? There's a Polluted Delta on top. I think I'm going to sack the Omen. Because I don't want to draw the Delta. Definitely putting this on top. I feel like it is... Oh, no. If you ask if a wig is a hat, then the chat is just going to totally devolve. But, yeah, I think so. Cosplay as Jiraiya. I need to figure out to do something for Halloween.
Yeah, I like Jiraiya. I think you could totally do Jiraiya. Although, what is Halloween? Halloween is nothing this year.
You think we can dress Athena up like a frog?
What?
Like one of Jiraiya's frogs.
Oh. I mean, I think we could just get frog ears and a headband thing. And then...
We have to get her a new
I think
headband.
there's
She
frog
can shoot up the
costumes.
last one.
I'm pretty sure there's frog costumes online. No, wig and a hat is not a look.
There's a Mystic Sanctuary on top of our library.
A hot dog is not a sandwich. It's a
Baby,
hot dog.
stop it. Don't engage.
Don't. No.
Don't. That's one conversation you never engage with.
No.
Kind of stuck on this. I think I'm going to Mystic Sanctuary back Cryptic Command and then remand the Soulscar Mage after the Mystic Sanctuary trigger has resolved. And then the top will be reset, and then we'll of course have Gut Shot Me. I think that's fine. I haven't shuffled yet. And so they know a 4 is on top, so if they have a lightning bolt, they probably want to deploy it. I feel like I didn't want a path. Maybe I did. I don't have any 5s in my deck, so I'll just counter draw. Well, that wasn't the best. Oh, I did not mean to reveal. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
And yeah, and oopsie doo.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Guess I'll just wait on the entreat.
What is up with the tea is soup question? It's just not a thing. Tea is a beverage. It has always been a beverage. It will always be a beverage.
Well,
it will never be soup. Even if you put...
It's okay to be wrong about things, SJ.
What, you think tea is soup?
Well, I don't think it is.
I know it is. It does not have leaf in it.
Why not Entreat for 2 instep? Couldn't have there, right? Entreat is a sorcery.
Okay, well the way
We don't have Teferi in play.
The way I make miso soup.
This is so difficult to have this wig on and play one of the more difficult decks to play in the format.
I make miso soup.
And have Esther
is
digging her elbow into my knee.
Little packets that have the seaweed and the tofu in it, and it's like dehydrated and then it rehydrates, and then I add udon noodles. So my miso soup.
Do I want to condemn my Soulscar Mage? Like draw 2 off of Archmage's Charm, condemn the Soulscar Mage, gain 4 life here. Gaining 4 life feels like GG. I think I'm gonna wait though. Could gain 3 and leave the Charm up. Honestly, when Paper Magic comes back, I'm gonna be so prepared. There's gonna be no distractions. I can just sit and play my match. It's gonna be unreal.
Why? 'Cause of me?
Well, it's also, you know, chat is a bit of a distraction from time to time.
Turn off chat. Turns off chat. You no longer can engage with me. You must watch me only.
Some people do that, which is fine. Everybody engages with stuff differently.
You can't talk to me, aspiring spite.
I'm aspiring spite.
You think you could talk to me? Bah. You think you can suggest things? Wrong. You know nothing. I know everything about magic. Everything there is. You know why? Because I have all my decks are all the same.
I think I want to go to 7 here. Don't tell them that all my decks are the same. They'll figure it out.
I always see a Force of Negation. Although this deck looks less like your other decks.
Mm-hmm. Why not do it after damage? Oh, we should have. Forgot that was a possibility. My brain wasn't wrinkly enough is the real answer. Yes. So much to keep up with here. I have a hard enough time playing Magic and talking to chat. And then when Esther decides she wants to be here.
Think that you're just complaining.
I am complaining. I thought that was clear. So they'd be dead next turn if we had done the condemn after damage, but I think we're just fine. Got an answer to a creature, got an answer to a non-creature, and we have a win condition. Just fine. And we'll maybe just blind flip everything. There's a Jace the Mind Sculptor on top, which is not, you know, exactly a blind flip, but is a really good draw. I look like the Bumble from those old stop-motion Christmas movies. I have no idea who the Bumble is.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll keep showing them the Jace to assert dominance.
Oh, your power thing is fully charged?
Yeah.
Nice.
But we found out today that I think it's an issue with my computer's power supply, not the infrastructure like I thought. So
did it still go out today?
yeah. So I changed the power settings back to a setting that I've been able to stream at, but sadly it means my computer's not, you know, the performance isn't high enough, which means Magic Online's memory leaks are worse, which has had like a pretty high correlation to the crashing. So I just gotta.
So does this mean that your computer is defective, or is it that it's just not powerful enough for streaming?
I don't know. I've gotta. It's likely that when I bought it that there is maybe some issue with the power supply.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got to figure out exactly the cause, and it's just harder than I thought. I've been downloading a ton of RAM. I found some pretty good Russian websites to download RAM, but maybe I just haven't downloaded enough. Got the remands and the forces. I think I will trim a Jace. Aether Gust is fine against them, but it doesn't stop Stormwing Entity, which I'm a little concerned with. I guess we have a lot of answers to Stormwing. I don't hate Teferi in this matchup. I think I'm going to leave it at home, though. Could be the CPU, maybe. It could be the CPU. Maybe it's just not. I mean, it's pretty cool in this room, and I've got an overhead fan going, but maybe it is an overheating issue. It just wasn't what I thought it was. I found out today it's not what I thought it was. I'm just gonna have to kind of start from scratch in my diagnosing stage. I'm gonna play this fountain tapped so I can have Terminus online. The Abominable Snowman. Oh, I see. Yeah. Right. Let's reveal the counterbalance. Oh, wait. Has Deprive been a card number 76 lately? I've never played Deprive in this deck, and I don't think it's good to do so. They brought in Surgical against me, which makes some sense because of, the whole Mystic Sanctuary thing. I'm gonna slam this.
So if our power goes out, we could basically plug in our phones with the computer to this battery, and
yeah,
it would still go.
Yeah, I love having gadgets like this, of course, but
pretty good. Power goes out fairly a lot here.
Maybe I was not supposed to reveal because all this does is triggering prowess, and now they get to know my top card. Yeah, I think I thought too soon. The top card is counterbalance, so they can't resolve it too. I do think it was a mistake to reveal, since this is just all it's doing is triggering prowess anyways. So they may play differently depending on what we see on top here.
He's just a big furry baby.
So they've revealed Stormwing Entity and Swift Spear. I like playing the Timely this turn, especially since I probably want to bounce the Stormwing with Tef, and if they're going to be playing creatures next turn, they may not be able to trigger prowess on this, and we get to hold off this attacker. The top card of our library is a Teferi Time Raveler, which will only be relevant if they have light up the stage. We're hoping for no 0-mana spell into Stormwing, of course, here. Let me triple block Monastery Swift Spear. Swift Spear is better against us than Soulscar Mage because of haste in our bounce effects. But I'm relatively content, just make them start blasting, And they need to either trigger prowess twice or cast a burn spell on a soldier token, and I think I'm pretty happy with either eventuality here.
Do you want
Petty Theft a token.
Do you want a breakfast sandwich, a breakfast burrito, a sausage on a stick, or eggs?
I don't know. Maybe none of the above.
None.
Yeah, I had a little. That's one of those pumpkin bread things. So I had a little bit of breakfast. So.
Do you want another?
I think I'm just fine. I think you just need to start studying, really.
I don't have the energy.
We have a 1 on top, which is so nice.
I'll eat a burrito or a sausage. I looked at my snap memories, and this time last year we were at the state fair.
We'll go twice next year. Assuming Texas is still a state. We're gonna secede from the Union, damn it. Everybody in Texas knows like one guy like that. Why don't we just do it? Secede from the Union. We have the right as Texas. Love to see a Terminus off of this counterbalance or a 1. Ah, there it is. I just love it when a plan comes together. Am I that guy? I don't think I have anything. I don't have a funny joke, but no. I feel like if I had some time to workshop, I could have said something funny, but no. No. Cool. I like keeping the 1 on top here. Methinks he doth protest too much. Yeah, the stream's been weird today. It's pretty weird for a Monday. What's with the hair? I can't believe you'd ask me that. How does it feel to be a meme streamer? It feels like I'm finally embracing my true self, as it were. Let's get a timely reinforcements resolved. And then opt-in path, probably. Top card of our library is Cryptic. We can reset the top card with opt. I'm not sure I'm going to cast this opt because it is a 1 mana spell for us to put on top of Jace. We'll see what they do. If they play another spell, I feel like just giving the chance to blind flip has value. And yeah, if we don't deal with the borrower, we're not playing Jace anyways. There's a 2 on top now. Okay, so we're drawing Omen of the Sea. I think I want to play Omen. I like having that 2 on top. I'm probably going to tap their team and bounce the Sanctuary, although I might just take 3 from a borrower. We're at 13. This is fine, though. If they have a Spell Pierce, they'll probably pierce this, and we'll get that out of their hand here, if they have one. It doesn't seem like they do. Yeah, going back to the unbanning talk, I'm usually incredibly hesitant to ever suggest an unban. I think one of the worst things that can ever happen for a format is for a card to be unbanned and then banned again. So I'm always really wary of suggesting that course of action, I guess. Well, that was the nuts.
Has that ever happened where a card's been banned, unbanned, and banned again?
Yes, it's happened with I guess I'll leave a 2 on top. It happened with Golgari Grave Troll, and it was just I think a pretty big mistake for Golgari Grave Troll to get unbanned. Like, Golgari Grave Troll is either going to be doing pretty unfair things or nothing at all. Mm-hmm. And so it's just, with a card being on the ban list, it's not. I think you should approach it pretty differently from unbanning. I think that, with the exception of Golgari Grave Troll, Wizards has done a pretty good job with their unbannings. Attack with the team. I don't want to attack with the team because if this doesn't work, I will want my soldiers to not have attacked, and We will win the game at some point. Like sneaking in, 2 points of damage doesn't matter. Yeah. I agree, Fran. Like, the Golgari Grave Troll unban is like it was a huge problem, and they also knew Prized Amalgam was coming. But most people talk about how Grave Troll was unimpactful when it first got printed back into Modern, or when it got unbanned. But and they're not wrong that it was unimpactful, but it was also at the same time asking for trouble, I think. I'm gonna put Path on top because they have so many 1-drops, of course. And it's an answer to Stormwing. Let's counter this. Yeah, I agree. It's the same reason Paw, Green Sun Zenith, maybe even Mox Opal. It's just like so bad if a Mox Opal gets unbanned and then it's incredibly dominant. Is looting ever going to be safe to be unbanned? In my opinion, looting was the best card in Modern for a long time. And it for while Faithless Looting was legal, it was like the best card in probably like 6 different decks, something like that. And it definitely felt like it was. I was so happy when it was banned, and I had a lot of people who played Mardu Pyromancer come into my chat and say, "Spike, I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they banned Faithless Looting," and I'm out here losing to Dredge and Vengevine and Hollow One so just constantly, and I was thrilled they finally banned it. Thrilled. But the Mardu Pyromancer players hated the ban, but they secretly should have loved it because it makes like their fair decks better. Just got here. Does Arena only give wild cards for standard bans on Historic? I have no idea.
We don't play Arena in this household.
What?
We don't play Arena in this household.
I've played Arena. I think people want me to hate Arena, but I just don't.
I thought you did.
I don't. I want Magic to be a great game, and Arena is like the right client for some people, and Magic Online is the right client for some people. Just like the formats they want to play. I don't have like a vendetta against Arena, and I feel like there's probably a timeline where I play some Arena at some point.
I actually like Arena. I like how it looks.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep this. I'm like a little hesitant. This is a new game. We 2-0'd Blue-Red Prowess. We're 6-1 on the day. Although maybe we'll be falling. Tiny Leaders is wrong. I unironically loved Tiny Leaders when it was a format. No, I'm not ashamed to admit it. What would I play instead of the third Force of Negation? Probably like a third Teferi Time Raveler, but that's also kind of pricey, so maybe like another Remand. Opponent is just passing after missing their land. It's kind of a dream scenario. I played Azusa in Tiny Leaders. Fran, I played Azusa in Tiny Leaders. You'd have loved Azusa. What did my opponent keep? I don't think I ever lost a sanctioned match of Tiny Leaders. I was no exaggeration, probably like 30-0 in sanctioned matches of Tiny Leaders, assuming the matches I played were actually sanctioned, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure that they were, but I played them at a local game store for prizes. It was really cool. I played the Dark Depths combo. I recurred Ghost Quarter and Wasteland a bunch. Yeah, they can draw Sanctum of Ugin. But yeah, I think I was like literally 30-0 in Tiny Leaders. It was something crazy like that. Yeah, let's just keep plussing. Just try to stop them from drawing Tron. Urza's Tower, they can draw. We could bounce an Urza's Tower now, then Mystic Sanctuary Cryptic. I think I'm just going to hold up Cryptic instead. Maybe end of turn Sanctuary. Bounce Power Plant end of turn. They could have a Karn, but we can like counterbalance.
You want some milk?
I'm okay.
But it's right here.
Esther, whenever I tell her I don't want food or whatever she's offering me, she hates when I say no. She just wants to feed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we have so much loyalty that we just need to tick up. Really weird game.
It personally offends me when you don't want.
What?
It personally offends me.
Yeah.
You don't want what I'm offering you. Even when I offer it to like my coworkers or something, when I offer food or something, I'm just like.
They didn't play Karn? What the hell? Definitely putting Urza's Mine on the bottom.
I think it's because if someone offers me food or something, I will never say no.
I know.
So it just bothers me that some people will. They're just too polite. How dare you be polite?
Oh yeah, I always yell at my
Take
friends
my
when they
food.
freaking try to win in a polite fight against me. But I'm not polite fighting you. I just don't want whatever you're offering sometimes.
How could you say that?
Well, we're about to ultimate this Jace. Never brainstorm with Jace. The brainstorm ability is bad. Yeah, this is only a Jace plus stream. I mean, no, that's not true, because you also ultimate Jace. That was one of the weirdest games of Magic I've ever played. Mulligan, with your Tron decks, please. Mulligan. London Mulligan, please. Or don't, and, like, let me win, I guess. I kind of play 2-path. You know, this matchup is very, very different from Stoneblade versus Tron. Where I really hate Path as Stoneblade against Tron. But we're going to have to play some number, I think. I'm trying to think if the second Gust is better than the second Path. I think it is. It pitches to Force. Although being a 1 CMC spell for Counterbalance is pretty nice. And this is way better if they bring in Thought Not Seer, which they probably do. Neither are good. Neither are good. But yeah, I think Green Tron is a really bad matchup, but I think I beat it way more often than I maybe deserve to. I always think about that PTQ match. Let's go to 6. Keeping this hand, I'll put back Gust. Opponent mulligan this time. They mulligan down to 6. I didn't see the deck, Fran. I really dislike Colonnade, though. Well, I mean, I like Colonnade, but I find that it's so bad with these 4 mana spells. So bad with Shark Typhoon. I think like Colonnade is good if you're on all instants and sorceries, maybe. I don't think I'm going to slam Counterbalance. I'm going to hold a Veto, especially if they're on like Expedition Map or Sylvan Scrying here. I guess. I don't really feel like this was a great use of Dovin's Veto. I'm going to hold up Charm here. We could have probably let the O-Stone sit and play and bounce it with Teferi, but we had the mana up. Opponent has kept some bad hands, I think. They only mulled to 6. Oh, I mean, they had Sphere, Ancient Stirrings. Maybe their hand was a keep. Just their first hand was pretty loose. Maybe I was supposed to go to Fairy plus hold up Rejection this turn instead of Cryptic. I think both are probably fine. Cool. Yeah, let me play Counterbalance because now we can Mystic Sanctuary back a 2, 3, or 4. Or just have rejection up. You'd have Teferi there. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think either one has pros and cons. There's Tron. Looks like they're playing Karn. The Karn itself is not so bad. I do have a 7 in my deck. I guess I'll reveal. There's a Teferi Hero of Dominaria on top also, so I guess I'm not going to Mystic Sanctuary yet. But the problem, of course, is the Ulamog that this is going to get. Yeah, I know Teferi protects from Veil. Oh, no! Damn it. Damn it. I did not mean to let that resolve. I'm sorry, guys. I just clicked OK. I didn't mean to. Shit. The 7 is Nexus of Fate. Let's see if we can put a 1 on top, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely having it off. We're not dead here, though, because we have Teferi to tuck this. We're not, just dead. Especially if we find a land and have rejection up too. Yeah, there's a Mystic Sanctuary on top. Maybe we're supposed to counter that with this rejection. No, then if I shuffle, I can't. Sanctuary. No, we 4-1 the last league. Alright, what CMC do I want to have on top with this Sanctuary? I think that I'm just going to put the Cryptic Command on top to stop Karn and Thought-Knot Seer, although we've already countered a bunch of Karns. But obviously we'd be in so much better shape if we had rejection the Karn. I just clicked OK on accident. Just having an off day. So if they get exactly tower 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they have to find tower off of this to cast Ulamog. No, I mean I was playing worse before the wig, and now I'm playing worse now. So maybe it is the wig that I need. So they have Ulamog. I think they're trying to cast Ulamog and they realize they don't have quite enough mana. So let's draw this Cryptic. Yeah, they also didn't get Karn off of the Stirrings. What are they trying to do here? Might be pathing to Ulamog. We'll see. Usually like to use Cryptic kind of aggressively. Alright guys, they have both. They have both Emrakul and Ulamog. I guess I'm going to look at the top card of my library. They're about to know. I think I'm going to get back Archmage's Charm, though they can target themselves with Charm. I'll just get a Hallowed Fountain. It's a good draw. Get back Veto. I mean, it's kind of awkward if they draw something off Teferi, though, that they can Veto. So, but yeah, like, the Emrakul is really awkward for them here. They can't minus Tef. Tef is at 2 loyalty because we minus Tef. In fact, like, so they fetch with Scalding Tarn and they fail to find, but we just kind of like, now we get to take 3 turns in a row if you count this turn. And I think we should, because this turn is just good for us. This Emrakul turn. I guess they get to sack Omen of the C2. Yeah, but I think that, this has been a good sequence of events for us. I'm not sure what they do with these. Get back Cryptic next turn, encounter Ulamog, bounce the Teferi. I like the line, although I think they're sacking my Scalding Tarn and failing to find. But if we can find another fetch, I don't hate that. Could have gotten Archmage's Charm before plussing Tef. Yeah, that was maybe better. And yeah, or they could have gotten Dovin's Veto, and then end of turn Dovin's Veto to Nexus with the Teferi mana. Emrakul the Promised End is maybe the most misplayed card in Magic, just because of how different it is every time you cast it and how many choices you have. I would say that perhaps Emrakul the Promised End is the Magic card that has the most mistakes made with it. Not 100% sure, but it's up there. Yeah, I think I like that line of bouncing my Teferi when they Ulamog it, so I'll go for that line. Good suggestion. Not as misplayed as Ashiok. I think it has to be, Fran. I think it has to be. I think that you have bias because you always see people minus Ashiok against you. But this card was played a lot in Standard. We have a Polluted Delta on top. I think we just... I don't hate rejecting the Sphere, just like denying them draw steps, but nah. Remember when we accidentally let Karn resolve this game, and then they Emrakul'd and Ulamogged, and this matchup is supposed to be bad, but we're just winning anyways? Yeah, I think it's, you know, Emrakul, I agree with that, Burman. There's often like one small thing you make a misplay with when you Emrakul your opponent. It's often just, yeah, something small. That's interesting. Yeah. I'm mostly saying Emrakul has the most misplays because this card was super popular in Standard. So, like, you know, probably millions of Emrakuls have been cast. And, you know, maybe a proportionate amount of, you know, misplays there. But I think even just if you're only talking about proportional misplays, I feel like I don't have a Terminus in my deck, so I didn't want to try to blind flip. I feel like Emrakul is still probably it. I think you've been preaching about people misplaying with Ashiok enough that I feel like people are playing better with it now. All right, I'm gonna draw step half there, Wormcoil. Yeah, maybe Brainstorm is maybe a misplayed card too, the most misplayed. That's a good suggestion at least. Yeah, Kuzan, I think this deck is good. I've been winning a lot with it lately, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody. Let's see if the Nexus of Fate is on top. There's an Entreat the Angels on top. So let me go ahead and Remand and then Miracle Entreat. Which is pretty dirty. Yeah, I've been really liking Remand in this deck. It's got a lot of little synergies with Miracles and Counterbalance. We still have Ceremonious Rejection up. We can let this card resolve too, but I don't think I'm gonna. Get a Cryptic Command, have a bunch of Angels. They've already cast Ulamog and Emrakul, so they'd have to have really a third Eldrazi Titan to have a chance here. 2-0. Look at these games. Have not lost a game this league. We're 7-1 on the day. It's kind of absurd. Losing only to Stoneblade. Yeah, it was really weird, friend. They were playing Cavern too. I don't hate this hand. I also don't like it, but I think I'm gonna keep in the blind. I'm doing good, Stav. How are you doing? Resolve, maybe not the correct term there. Fair. They cast, which is really the important part. This matchup seems awful for the Reclaimer decks. Really, Fran, I kind of feel the opposite. Especially now that they're all playing Boil. You know, like, I think that the Path to Exile control decks are just so bad against the card Elvish Reclaimer that I don't feel favored in the matchup, but I think I just can squeak out wins if I play tight and get a little lucky. Alright, Right, keeping a 5-lander and drawing 2 lands is bad, but if we are playing a Mystic Sanctuary Mirror, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I've been liking Miracles a lot again lately. Bless you. Jeskai. Esther. Do you have any tea? Cool, I was just wondering. Well, I'll keep a Jace. It's pretty hard to beat Teferi this early, though. You can do it, but things are going to have to go well for us. I think I'll keep an Omen. I'm mostly keeping Omen here because there's just a lot of bad draws for us at this point, so keeping an okay draw is okay, you know. Yeah, of course for this deck to be good, Counterbalance and Terminus have to be good, and I think both of those cards are cards I want to be playing right now. That's true, Fran. The instant speed Terminus is a big deal. But also, like, Field of the Dead is really good against me, and I had to, like, outgrind Field of the Dead, like, 4 or 5 times today already, which is doable, but just tough. I think I figured out why tea tastes so much better than when I make it.
Why?
Because you make it with love, and
No.
I make it mine with apathy.
Did you see my text? My sad text?
No. That's fine. It's fine, right?
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah. Just the first test, right?
Yeah. I mean, my average is still an 87, so it's fine. It's a high B.
Getting close to 104.3A, in case you guys were wondering. In case you were wondering, too.
What?
I'm getting close to enacting Rule 104.3A. A player may concede the game at any time. A player who concedes the game leaves the game immediately. That player loses the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's the main thing you need to do? Sweep Cryptic until you get Angels? Yeah, Cambrian, that's kind of it. But also if they're just playing... What are you doing?
I'm fixing your headphones.
If they're just playing one zombie a turn, like Teferi, Time Raveler, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Archmage Charm can kind of like... You can kind of just deal with one zombie at a time. Where can I find an actual list? If you exclamation point deck, you can find a virtual list. To find an actual one,
Isn't that the actual
for
list?
10 channel points, I'll come to your house and give you a written list on the back of a diner napkin.
That seems like a very low,
Yeah, for those, yeah.
redeemable 10 channel
I
points.
gotta get these
I
channel
can do
points.
that.
I gotta get these channel points.
I can do
well, then
that.
redeem it.
You don't have one set up.
Why is the hat more expensive than deck tax? Do you know which Uro I need to click if I play a second one? To keep the... You're like 10 lists, please. Okay, on my way. Ending the stream now. Oh, I see. So my opponent is worried because when you play a second Uro, they get put on top of each other. You can hover above the trigger and it will highlight the Uro that the trigger belongs to. Yeah, Torpor Orb is for Oops All spells, Titan, Goblins, Humans, and Taxes. What would I play instead right now if that wasn't a thing? I mean, I don't think that question is very relevant because it is a thing, if that makes sense. Like Modern, if it wasn't a thing, something else would be a thing, and I'd be playing a card for that matchup, maybe. But, you know, there's a lot of Goblins, Humans, Taxes, Titan, and Oops All spells, so the fact that Torpor Orb is good against all of them is why I'm playing it. Let's find a Teferi Time Raveler off of this Omen. I'm not going to I think just bouncing with Cryptic is maybe the more level 1 play. Or you can just go to game 2. I do think game 1 is pretty hard anyways.
Baby.
I often leave in like, yes.
Have you seen my blue pill box?
No.
The rectangular one. They got the days of the week on it.
Maybe on the counter, but if it's not there, I have no idea.
Oh, shucks.
Alright, I think this is how I'm going to sideboard. Even one Terminus for Field of the Dead stuff. Alright, Akashi has redeemed. How do I make this deck playable? I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you, but I'll try. Esper Gorios. I played against this deck recently. It's pretty cool. I don't know. My initial impression is you have a pretty good version built here. I would probably play 4 Fatal Push right now. And maybe play Path as the 5th removal spell, but I feel like 4 Fatal Push is good. I know you're playing Collective Brutality mostly as a discard outlet, but I also don't think Collective Brutality is like a very reasonable main deck card at the moment, so I might try to find something else. I don't know that there is anything better. Maybe just Liliana of the Veil. I think I'm kind of into that. Don't play Creeping Tar Pit. Creeping Tar Pit is Garbo. I'd also probably play more Rejections in the sideboard, but those are my main notes. Also, I think I'd probably play 21 lands, maybe? I guess your curve is pretty low. Yeah, I think you probably want Liliana, no Creeping Tar Pit, no Brutality. I think Brutality is just kind of bad. Hey, Sangria. How's it going? Whew. Lily is hard at 3. Yeah, you can maybe trim Teferis to play Liliana. I think you could make it work. Like, you don't have that many 3-drops, right? Let's take a look again while our opponent takes some time. Yeah. You have Lingering Souls, which doesn't feel super mandatory to play 3. Have I seen Fluffy's Esperlark Reanimator? I've seen that Fluffy is playing such a deck, but I haven't seen the list really. What do I think about heavy blue-white base Field of the Dead? I dislike it. I think if you're playing Field of the Dead, you really want to play it with green cards. And Field of the Dead is like tough if you're playing some cards like Counterbalance, Archmage Charm, Cryptic Command. It's certainly not free. Just pass here. All right, against Uro, I'm going to Omen looking for a 3. If this was Teferi, I would have just flipped and then seen if I was going to counter. I want to draw this island. So I'm gonna draw the island and then bottom the opt and then reveal it to Counterbalance and kind of get a scry with the Delta here. Yeah, so like there's a Prairie stream on top that I don't think I want to draw. What about the Stoneforge package in the deck? I think if you play Stoneforge Mystic, I don't think you have room for the Gorios Vengeance stuff. Yeah, but if you think that there are, few opponents miss their land here. I did consider briefly Cryptic Command on Omen of the Sea, which is and drawing a card, which is a line I actually like a lot, but don't think I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna bottom the Aether Gust. We have Dovin's Veto for most of their green or red threats, which are Renin 6 or Hour of Promise, and Uro also just doesn't seem all that impactful here. I'm gonna shock so we can cast Omen or Dovin's Veto and sack an Omen of the Sea here. Fluffy got summoned. Alright, here's the Esper Vesperlark deck. So yeah, Vesperlark gets back body double. I don't know. It feels like it's kind of slow, and it's slow and also doesn't necessarily seem more powerful than some things that decks are doing, I guess. The deck is certainly very cool and looks like a ton of fun, though. Cryptic Command to bounce my Hallowed Fountain and draw a card. Let me go ahead and sack an Omen in response, looking for a 4. Not a 4, but a 3 is a good number to have. Oh, yeah, sorry, I thought I tapped the wrong fountain for a second. I've been making a lot of mistakes today. We'll just let this resolve. Now we have Dovin's Veto, Omen of the Sea up, and we also have a 3 on top, which is a really good number. And we have Teferi to play next turn. So they drew a Mystic Sanctuary. They did not have a land to play last turn, so they have at least 6 spells in hand if their 2 draws were both lands. One of them was a land in Mystic Sanctuary. Let's go ahead and fire this off. Gonna draw the Tef. I don't hate Remand here. Kind of feels like it's not quite the time to jam the Tef though. A little worried about my life total. But I think I want the ability to play a 2-mana counterspell and sack Omen. Alright, Cryptic to do the same thing. This time, I think I'm going to remand the Cryptic and then hold up mana. I guess this is bad against Veil. Although if they have Veil, I'll probably just like let it resolve. It's pretty fine. They drew another land. It's unfortunate. But also like kind of likely, I guess. We have 1 5-drop in the deck. I think I'm going to Dovin's Veto the Teferi here. Maybe I was supposed to just reveal. Yeah, I was just supposed to reveal. I was, of course, worried about this eventuality. Damn it. There's a Force of Negation on top, which we would have loved to have in our hand. This card is so tough to beat. Alright, let's go ahead and blind reveal. We hit. Yeah, I feel like that was like step 1 was blind reveal to counterbalance. Alright. No, I will pay 3 mana here. And I guess I think I still want to keep the 3 on top to stop Uro from coming down, so I'll just plus my Tef. But I am interested in bouncing an Omen of the Sea. I guess they can just, if they minus their Teferi on mine, it's not great. Kind of hoping that they just don't. They do. Maybe I was supposed to bounce Omen because of this. But having a 3 on top is so nice to stop the Uro. And maybe my opponent will just punt like this. That's true. Field of Ruin could make me shuffle the 3 away. So I think we need to bounce the Teferi and draw a card on my opponent's upkeep. It's pretty bad against another Veil. But I just don't think we can let them draw a card off the Tef. Looks like Cryptic Command, which is like a pretty juicy force target. Let's see if we blind flip again. Not quite. We have a 0 on top, so no more help from Counterbalance here. They've got 2 cards. Does this work? Opponent. Oh, this was for the Tef. I wasn't sure what this comment was about. They have a spell, though. That spell is a green and white spell. Maybe this is Field of Ruin. I think it is. I hope it is, even. If they Field of Ruin me, if on an untapped land, I get to maybe draw 2. Or I guess tapped or untapped, I could draw 2. Although, I also kind of think maybe a counterspell is more relevant, so perhaps I'll sack Omen of the Sea instead. Yeah, let's do that. I need to counter the Teferi. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to keep both. This way we can have like a 1 on top if they like main phase Veil of Summer, then Teferi or something like that. But then we can also sack Mystic Sanctuary at will and counter many different CMCs of spells. Could have also like Mystic Sanctuary Cryptic and then bounced Omen to the sea. I feel like we would not have won this game without like a little bit of help from our opponent, which we've definitely gotten. So now they can't play their Teferi. I'm gonna get like a little greedy here, I suppose. But I think this is fine, especially because we're putting a 3 on top. So like the cards we're really scared of are just gonna get countered by Counterbalance some more. And so the other option was to Mystic Sanctuary Force of Negation and leave up Charm, but I think that this is a little bit better because now we get to draw Archmage Charm again, and I think that I'm gonna leave the Opt in my hand. Now that they've cast Grove Spiral, I think I'd like to just draw the Charm and get another chance at blind flipping. There's another Opt on top. Nice. Feels almost like game over. Our opponent did not play this game perfectly, and I think that we definitely got a little bit of help to win, but sometimes that happens. Alright, my opponent has Lightning Bolt for Tef. Stop. Stop.
Stop.
Thank you, sweetheart. You have been so lovely today. Just like every other day. Never mind, I take it back.
You mean it. You want to come?
Huh? Make page, thank you for Twitch Prime. It was a good day today, bud. Hats off to you. Alright, so there's currently a Opt on top. Let me just, we got a lot of 4s in the deck. We'll see if we've hit it. And if we not, we'll just Charm. What?
A masterpiece.
Oh, a masterpiece. What? What a masterpiece.
Masterpiece? Who that?
Me?
You.
But I could never be so beautiful. Alright, if they play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, I'll opt into my Force of Negation. Oh, I should have played a fetch. I mean, if they're playing Teferi though, it's like unlikely that they can play that in another threat. Since I hear the Naruto music all the time, what is my opinion on Boruto? Is it worth watching? I get that question a lot, but I have never seen Boruto, and I don't really intend to watch it. Just the concept of the show doesn't really appeal to me, I guess.
You know what's real appealing?
I guess I'm a fake fan, but
You know what's real appealing?
like the original creator isn't really working on it. What is real appealing? What are you talking about?
JoJo's.
Yes, we only watch JoJo's in this house. Esther, I mean, it's mostly me that's been watching it lately, but Esther kind of likes it too, I guess.
I watched like 2 snippets.
Would you say that you're a huge JoJo's fan?
No.
Could you say that though?
No. No.
You don't have to mean it. Just can you say it?
I don't say things I don't mean.
Ooh, wow, good answer. Ooh, that's game. I've been like just so impressed by Nexus of Fate in this matchup. It's kind of, I think, unreasonable how good Nexus has been for me in these matchups. Just like I just have won the game, I think, by casting it. Not that I was, behind or anything. It is also nice that having a Nexus of Fate in your deck means you can never deck. Like you're just going to win if you draw your cards instead of like frantically trying to assemble a win condition late into the match. Yeah, what if Naruto, but your starting point is everyone is OP, Godslayers, and all fighter against... Yeah, that's kind of my impression of it. Last fetchable source. I don't think Nexus of Fate is unreasonable and modern. Yeah, modern kind of feels like the home of unreasonable cards, you know, for other formats. It's like you just kind of pick the unreasonable card you like or the unreasonable deck you like and have fun with it. Hopefully find Nexus or Entreat soon. Yeah, with the Nexus of Fate in our deck, it's just all we have to do is, you know, draw cards, and eventually we'll just win the game. Although I'll keep that on top. We put a 2 and then the Entreat on top, and we can like maybe Remand into Entreat or Cryptic into Retreat. I think either win. Yeah, I think this should win. All right, going to game 3. Definitely had some help that game, but we're able to squeak out a win from behind. It was not easy. They resolved it to Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and kind of caught us with our pants down. This hand's not good, but on the draw and the control mirror, I think that you have to keep a hand like this. Later, Fluffy. Have a good day. Alright, gonna opt. Would be nice to maybe just slam a counterbalance here on turn 2. Also nice that we have Force of Negation if they play Teferi. Not that I love... I'm gonna keep that. Not that I love forcing when I'm maybe low on resources. Although this was a good draw. I'll play this. We're in good shape. Ah, it's Uro! Ah, it's ruining Modern! Ah! Ah! How do I feel with my pet deck getting banned, Spike? It's happened to me a couple times. In fact, it happened to me twice in a row where I built Splinter Twin, I played one F&M with it, and then the deck got banned. And then I moved on to Legacy Miracles because I had a lot of pieces. And I got to play one GP in some small tournaments, and then they banned Sensei's Divining Top. No, I don't know if I'm going to play any Eternal Weekend stuff. If I do, I'll get the God account. But like getting the God account last time was so nice because it was release weekend. I'm not like as, you know, I feel like I don't need it as badly this time around. But I guess, you know, I've dealt with my pet deck getting banned different ways each time it's happened, and it's happened a few times now. And it's tough. No, damn it, I meant to get back Force of Negation. I've made so many misclicks today, but I keep getting just rewarded, I guess. But I meant to get back Force of Negation. We'd just be in such good shape. I just keep clicking on the wrong cards, I guess. No, like now if they play like Hour of Promise and we could have forced it. We'll see. I'm just having an off day. Been feeling off all day. Yeah, you guys know. Yeah, I've got a busy couple weekends, so I don't think I'll play any of the Eternal stuff. As fun as it does sound. I think we actually Mystic Sanctuary back Force and then plus our Teferi. That way we can draw the Force and have Gust plus Force up. And if their last two cards are Force plus blue card, so be it. Yeah, so if you sign up for an event for Eternal Weekend or any of these kind of convention tournaments that are being hosted online, you get every card on Magic Online, or you get access to it as long as the convention is going on. So it was so nice that there was one happening last set release that I didn't have to scramble for new cards. I didn't even play in the event. I just was so happy to get the account to stream with the new cards right away. it was definitely worth $25. They're targeted a Sanctuary instead of Hallowed Fountain, which I don't think is correct. But I'm going to get an island now. I would have gotten a Plains if they had targeted the Fountain. They're still pretty far away from escaping Uro, so I'm not sure like what this is about, really. We've got 3 cards. So I'm gonna play Teferi Time Raveler before activating Teferi Hero of Dominaria. So if they have Veil of Summer, they have to cast it now, and then we just plus our Teferi. Counter draw. It is so bad if we Veil of Summer this. I think I'm just gonna let it go and then minus here. It seems like they have Veil. Or maybe they're starting to fetch with Tarn now or not. Oh, it's been a tough match. I've been making a lot of mistakes today, but deck is still going well. Yeah, I think Big Tough does look like Idris Elba. I mean, I think all Teferis do, really. So if we let Rin 6 resolve here, we don't have a clean counterspell up for Uro. I think we just let this go. We can gust it later. Gust in response to fetch. Yeah, maybe. Probably more likely to just gust EFT and then have like hard cast Force up for it next turn. Or like gust and Sanctuary back gust. This is game 3, yes. Dude, if Idris Elba did the voices for Teferi, that would have been awesome. That would have been so cool. Maybe I want to wait on the Gust until my instep. I've got the 2 mana from Tef that I'm probably not using anyways. And like if they have Gust, we just like lose the game. Or if they go like counterbalance our Teferi, it could be bad. We don't quite have all 3 of these spells up here, but I don't think we're going to need to have that many up anyways. This feels like the turn that my opponent needs to have 3 spells to play, and they need to all be impactful, or they're going to get, you know, Teferi'd out of the game. All right, spell number 1. All right. Not sure about this. Okay, they've got 2 cards left. Now they need like a Lightning Bolt. It's a Misty Rainforest and a pass. I think that we're pulling out of this. Let me get back Dovin's Veto. Or maybe I want to get Aether Gust for the Uro. Let's get Aether Gust for Uro. I guess we could have also used Sanctuary again. That may have been better. I'm just going to pass. So now they can use Mystic Sanctuary on Cryptic, I guess. And then they have... So their last card, their unknown card can't be Veil of Summer. But that's exactly what they need it to be. Oh, right, it's this. We knew this. Oh, shit. Damn it, we knew it was this. I forgot that we needed to have a contingency plan for Teferi. And now they're going to counter my draw too. Yeah, we should have got... Yeah, this was a mistake by us. We were just kind of priced into it. Maybe, yeah, and this is bad too, because now they just counter this and then tuck my Teferi, and we're drawing a Dovin's Veto, which doesn't advance our board state at all. So, I think we've just punted this match away. Forgot about the Tef being the unknown. And, you know, once we realized it, we also, like, had other recourse that we just didn't take. Feels bad. You know, we're not 0% to win, but we could just be in really good shape as opposed to really bad shape. These matchups are so complicated. Kind of surprised they didn't just escape Uro and make me use the Gust. No, I don't think the 4 minutes on their clock is relevant, really. I'll concede if I feel I'm 0%, like always. What do I think about Shark Typhoon in the sideboard? I don't like it. Typhoon is, I think, not good in this deck. It doesn't work well with Counterbalance being like a really high CMC, and doesn't work well with Terminus. If I'm telling you that I don't like Shark Typhoon, it's probably not very good. I don't know why I haven't been fielded yet. I think they just don't see the line. Having only one white mana here stinks, but I need to cast this. It's not very likely to resolve, I don't think. They might just have, you know, an answer for this and, you know, not really care too much about the Tef. All right, I'll concede. Tough stuff. Definitely could have won, but we did not. But you know, the only thing worse than being sad is being sad and alone, and I'm not alone. Thanks, guys. I guess I'm sorry. That is the one card I'd like to see banned in Modern is Saddleback Lagak. I'm gonna keep this. Do need to draw a land in the top couple cards, but if we do, this hand is good, and turn 2 Counterbalance on the play is often good too. Yeah, we had like 2 or 3 just mistakes, and game was definitely winnable. Let's see if we're playing against Jeskai or another Uro pile. Maybe we get to redeem ourselves here. Oh, looks like just Jeskai Wildfire. Cool. Well, I've played this matchup a couple times now. I think Miracles is favored, but I think that it's close. Have I messed with my mouse sensitivity? Yeah. It was a little too high, now that you mention it. Blind Flip, of course. Super mad for T, thank you for your Twitch Prime. Lots of new subscribers today. I really do appreciate all you guys and your support and overwhelming. Just like all the you know, most days I still wake up and kind of expect there to just be a couple viewers like when I started. I'm still, you know, surprised to this day that the channel has taken off like it has, and I feel very fortunate that it has. I'm gonna get a little greedy and try to hit my land. There we go. How is my fair deck supposed to compete with the Lagak? It's not. Like, I'm happy that the community has like kind of soft banned it because I haven't seen it in a couple days, but I don't know. I'm just tired. Pretty unlucky to not blind flip that, but I guess it's gonna happen sometime. Happy Thanksgiving. I forgot Thanksgiving is coming up. This has been, of course, you know, one of the weirdest years ever. So they've used 3 of their 6 burn spells, assuming they're on my list. Kind of feels like they are. When is Happy Thanksgiving? Any day that you have something you want to be thankful for is Happy Thanksgiving. There's a Force of Negation on top, which is a number we already had access to with Mystic Sanctuary. So maybe I'll just shuffle EOT. Austin gifting us up to Proto Spice Boy. Thank you, Austin. Oh, I have no idea what the date is for Thanksgiving. Esther just tells me when I need to be somewhere, and then I go. I have no idea. I'm not in control of my life at all. Yeah, I think we need to not draw a 3rd Force of Negation. I don't think I was going to jam this Jace, but now that I've drawn a second, I think I'm okay just jamming. There's another Force of Negation on top. Ugh. How does it feel to play versus your Brews in League? It's cool. It's cool. It's cool to play against decks I'm working on. Oh, it's Thanksgiving in Canada. I always forget that Canada has a different time for Thanksgiving. No, we're not playing against for 5-0. We punted against the Euro deck. Alright, Typhoon. Can't let this resolve. Or we can't let this hit us, I think. Pretty nice 3-for-1. Or, yeah, 3-for-1. I thought about maybe firing off a Cryptic there. Mean Lizard 2 months in a row. Well, you're a nice lizard to me. Ever since I showed us how Nihiri can be played in 2020, I had to subscribe. That was an awesome league. I do think Nihiri is pretty good in that Naya deck. Appreciate you. Also, the new Nihiri is cool. Not sure if she's good, but she's definitely cool. I just want to draw a fetch land. Cleansing Wildfire, their flagstones. Let's see what's on top. Counterbalance, awesome. Poggers. Now if we bounce a blue source, they can't hold up Cryptic for our Jace. So I think I'm kind of into this. Yeah, let me turn the audio down a bit. Oh no, opponent. Counterbalance is a hard card to play against. But this happens a lot. So we'll see if they have another Remand. They've already used 2. I play 4 in these decks, I don't know. Yeah. They could have Force as well. Alright, there's a Terminus on top. Not a very helpful number. I think I'll just keep this Force of Negation. This Counterbalance. I was thinking I wanted to keep it to pitch to Force, but I think that because I have to discard a card and having 2 Counterbalances in play is relevant. I'm actually going to play it out instead. Not that our opponent necessarily has something for us to force. They haven't been deploying anything. Well, let's go ahead and reveal this Terminus, because our opponent already knows about it. And then I think just discard it to hand size here. Take our time a bit. Once we draw a fetch land, it should be relatively safe to play Jace. Alright, I like that this Lightning Bolt is being cast. There's an Omen of the Sea on top. It's good to know about that. I'm not going to counter this. This is their 4th burn spell. They probably only have 2 more in the deck. I think we can be kind of comfortable at 6. Especially with Path for Typhoon. Do I think Cleansing Wildfire and Flagstones fits the Black-White Stoneforge? I do not, just because when you're Black-White, you just don't have the mana sinks that you do in the blue decks. You don't have the ball rolling, as it were, either with the card draw. Like, you just kind of, have extra mana and not much to do with it. Do I feel like I get to be relatively insulated from the issues with card design bans in Modern compared to Standard? I mean, I guess, like, Standard has kind of been a weird entity for a long time now, where they just are having a hard time figuring it out. And conversely, Modern's been really good for a while, so I guess kind of, yeah. Maybe I was supposed to just main phase Omen looking for a fetch land. They're gonna force my Omen, okay. Oh, there's a Jace the Mind Sculptor on top! It's a Jace the Mind Sculptor, oh my gosh! Pretty unreal. I think there's still going to be a Jace the Mind Sculptor on top here. They have another burn spell. I'm kind of happy it's targeting Jace. I think that they were thinking about running out of snap, is my guess, with that pause. They shocked, which means they have 5 mana of things to do with their 2 cards. So my Force of Negation in hand and Cryptic Command on top are not likely to do much, I suppose. Yep. So they're going to Snapcaster Remand my Force or Remand their Teferi. Or Lightning Bolt my Jace. Oh, I didn't see the Force of Negation in the graveyard. I didn't miss that. Yeah, that one for sure. Okay, well, we're not in the worst shape still. Things just got a little trickier. They plus, they're tough. Okay, let's see what we draw. Oh, we knew we were drawing Jace, of course. Duh. I think we just main phase Entreat for 2. And then leave a number on top. I think I want to leave a 2 on top for Snapcaster. Because I think they might bounce their Snapcaster, replay it. They might bounce my Counterbalance. Probably. We have 2, duh. We have 2. Yeah, but I feel like they might bounce their Snapcaster here. They bounce an Angel token, which is also fine, especially if they have a path in their hand. Didn't leave a 4 on top. I'm gonna bounce my other Angel token. I'm assuming they can attack my Jace down to 2 or me down to 4. They go for me down to 4. Scary. Been a great game. Been a great game. Looks like they have a Lightning Helix. Oh my god. Oh, it's a Wildfire. Well, either way, it's a 2 for us to counterbalance. They're playing 2 Triomes. That is a change from my list. The last card was just a Flagstones. Our hand is not great, but we have Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all? Question mark. Now we have our own Tef. Although yeah, I think I just need to draw 2 and kind of dig through a little bit, use my mana, but leaving a CMCI 1 on top also has value. Looking for a fetch land off of this. And we're going to path the snap. Ding! We can't Miracle Entreat the Angels as long as the Fun Raveler is in play, but we can get back Cryptic for next turn to bounce their Tef. Which I think matters more than their Jace. Not sure. Our life total was also pretty dicey once we cracked the Delta. I mean, I guess it's dicey either way.
Dude, it was so funny. I was following Athena around, scratching her butt, and she didn't know what I was doing. Look.
They should not have played this Tarn before brainstorming.
It's like, no, don't scratch my butt.
Gosh, when she's playing, she doesn't want to be scratched. She wants to be played. Spooky Titan, 8 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. Appreciate you. Oh, I see what they're doing here. I see what they're doing. Although, we can, of course... We can't counter Helix. Okay, we cannot counter Helix with Mystic Sanctuary. We do not have a 2 in the graveyard, so we're going to have to get a little lucky, maybe. No worries, Smokey. I also have been unable to think of many clever things to say today, but I'm just glad you're here. No pressure to be funny. It's been an awesome game. Helix, target me. Condemn on top. Well, gotta take it. And now our fetches are turned off, which is a big deal. But not necessarily the end of the world. Top of our library hasn't been too kind to us, I guess. We need to draw Cryptic Command to answer Tef. Although, we only have one left in the deck, I guess, because we can't Sanctuary anymore. And we also can't... we can't get back and treat the Angels. Yeah. Us being at 1 is just so bad for us. I'm proud of my opponent for correctly identifying that putting us to 1 was the important thing here. Shark and Flippers, 3 months in a row. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Although now I can bounce this Mystic Sanctuary with the Cryptic. So return. Oh, I can't double bounce. Can't double bounce. All right, it's gonna be tough. Oh, right. We can just naturally draw more sanctuaries. Of course. So now we get to force there Teferi and counterbalance the Jace, but we're dead if they have a burn spell and the 2 unknowns. You think you have to start upping the Jace and pray? Nah. No. No. They've already cast 5 of their 6 burn spells if they're playing the same split I was. If we get to untap here, I think we probably, we almost definitely win. It was not easy, of course. Wow, we drew 2 sanctuaries. I guess the game is not over because I'm going to give my opponent a window, but I think that I'm going to put Entreat on top. You have this turn to kill me, opponent. I think that's probably good enough. Crazy game. This deck is so fun to play. It just leads to some amazing games of Magic. I'm glad that it's viable again. I'm glad that this deck is viable again. So I played this matchup before, and I feel like I just left in all of these spells for their Typhoons and their Shark and their Snapcasters. But no. I brought in I brought in a Timely instead. I think Timely's good. Or better than the 5th 1-mana white removal spell. Is Modern the format with the most viable decks? Probably. I'm not really sure what Legacy looks like right now, but it seems like there's just a ton of viable things in Modern at the moment. Yeah, Wes, I really recommend Modern at the moment. I think it's really good right now. And I also think it's been good for a while. It is expensive. I use a rental service so I can play, kind of any deck I want on Magic Online. I use Mana Traders, and they don't sponsor me, but I'm happy with their service. I'll keep a Dovin's Veto, although we can't hold it up. We can hold it up this turn now, but Remand also stops time or Fun Raveler. Have I not reached out for sponsorship? They've made me an offer, but it's not like exactly what I'm looking for from a sponsor. Yeah. The Aspiring Spike is brought to you by subscribers that are you. For now. You're a control player, and the last time I tried to get into MTGO, I had a hard time keeping the clock from running out. Are there any small stake queues or anything? There are, yes. You can play for no prizes on Magic Online if you want to. Respect this. Respect. And take some damage. Have I thought about 2 timely reinforcements in the board and go down to 2 Torpor Orbs? I think 3 Orbers and 1 timely is the better split. The thing about timely is a lot of times you kind of just have, as much time as you need to draw it. You just need to have some amount of life gain in the deck and then sanctuary it back over and over again. I like the split I have. I don't think it would be that big a deal if you switched it up, but I like the split that I have. How about the white ley lines? Why would you play the white ley lines, I guess, is my question. I think timely is better for the burn matchup if that's the consideration. I guess I'm going to remand this Lightning Helix. Yeah, I think Condemn, Celestial Purge are just better against the Prowess decks than Leyline. Like they're in my opinion, their burn plan is kind of like the worst part of their deck against you. So I'll probably play Teferi and Plus and maybe soak up some damage that way. Could play that one in Plus. Let's do this so we can have 2 mana up. They're going to remand. I think I'll go ahead and Dovin's Veto back. Got to make something happen here. They've got 2 cards left. If they have a Dispute or a Remand, it's bad, but I think we got to hope. Or a Veto. Another Remand. Okay. Well, if we draw a Path or Timely or Condemn, I think we'll be fine. If not, I think we'll be dead. Let me cast Opt. This gives me like the out to draw Timely. Oh, awesome. I'm so smart. Ah. It's a Timely reinforcements. Oh my god. Ooh. I mean, we're dead if this doesn't resolve. Would I have remanded the Veto just to draw extra 2 cards? Damn it. Guess we're just dead. Remanding the Veto doesn't work. Doesn't work. But I suggest... I guess I'd probably recommend Sharkblade over Wildfire right now, but I think both are fine. I would probably recommend the one you like more, to be honest. Why not Force of Negation? I'll let you figure it out. I believe in you, Coaction. There is a reason. I didn't have 6 mana. I didn't have 6 mana to play Tef and Timely, guys. Or Timely and Force of Negation. Yeah, no worries, no worries. But it seemed like, that was the second person to suggest doing a line I couldn't make. Just want to make sure. You can't Force of Negation on your turn is the reason. Do I have any desire to play combo? Chat, tell him. I don't know if chat is going to tell you. See how well chat knows me. There we go. What do I think is the best spooky deck? Blue-black zombies honestly seem great. I'm proud of chat. Yeah, I've played a lot of Ant and Legacy, and I've played a lot of combo decks in my time. I've played most decks in Modern. I just usually... Like, my streaming career has been, you know, a lot of fair decks in Modern, but I've got a lot of other Magic experience, and Ad Nauseam Tendrils and Legacy is my favorite deck in Magic. I got to play it at PT, the 25th anniversary PT, the only time you could ever play Legacy at a PT, and it is my fondest Magic memory. But I've played Devoted Druid combo, I've played a lot of Storm in Modern. I'm certainly not adverse to combo. I'm going to Remand and just try to stick my Counterbalance. Yes, I have the highest finish of any Legacy Storm player at a Pro Tour. Not that there were very many, but I had the highest one. I'm going to try to find my land off of Opt. We still have, 3 mana up if we miss. Did miss. Yeah, the Legacy PT was definitely my... It was such a magical tournament, really. So great to get to play an event like that. I should have responded to the cycling if I was going to do this, but I think doing this is good. They are pitching the Remand that we know about. There's a Hallowed Fountain on top, which is not a bad draw. Do most pros like playing Eternal formats, in my experience? I would say the majority of pro players I've met have preferred Standard to Eternal formats, but usually most pros have a soft spot for a particular format or deck that in Modern or Legacy. I think I'm going to hold up Cryptic this turn to try to either counter something they do and bounce the Shark, or do that bounce draw end of turn. Or do that now. I don't read them as having a second Force. Not the best draw. Like to draw a land, maybe go double Teferi Time Raveler, or just to have a Sanctuary for Counterbalance. Perfect. So if they counter with a 3-mana spell, we can't Sanctuary to counter, but we can, of course, counter a 1, 2, or 4 right now. We can blind flip a 3-mana counter spell. We can also just play another Time Raveler. This is a 3-mana counter spell, but this is, I guess, worst case scenario by a lot, huh? Okay, let me go ahead and Mystic Sanctuary back. Cryptic Command, they have 4 mana up. Feel like that's what they're representing here. And I'm going to pay 3. I guess it's not worst case scenario because it's just pay 3. Alright, Snap. Dispute is so tough. My opponents play this match pretty tight, I think. With maybe the one exception of casting a 2 into a Counterbalance. Yeah, I don't think pros are like this. They're not this like monolithic group that you can really just like lump everything that they like or don't like into one pile, They're just not a monolith. Everybody's different. I also don't know many pros, I guess, on a personal level is one thing. I mostly have, met professional Magic players more like in the context of sitting across from them. They're going to Sanctuary back Force of Negation. Yeah, besides, of course, Zach, who is no longer a pro Magic player. Opponents played this game so tight. Definitely if I was going to lose to any deck. It's funny, we lost to Stoneblade and then also Jeskai. Assuming we lose to Jeskai here, which is not a foregone conclusion. They're going to Helix me. We have a 3 on top. That 3 is Archmage's Charm. So I guess we need to bounce the Snapcaster and then steal the Shark with Charm. I'm not going to play around a haste creature or whatever. And then we can force Burn Spell. Being at 2 is very different than being at 1. Being at 2 gives us another Mystic Sanctuary trigger. We don't know. The top card is also no longer a 3, so we could maybe blind flip a 2 or a... I guess it would just have to be a 2. Because if there's a 1 on top... Oh, no. Yeah, we have to blind flip a 2. Yes! 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 How do you win this matchup? You blind flip a 2, baby. Blind flip a 2. You get good, and you blind flip a 2. Feels good. This is like the most clippable deck we have. I feel like every time I play this deck, there's just tons of gold moments. Yeah, it's always a ride. It's always a ride. Yeah, I'm usually pretty collected, but that was exciting. It's just hard to stay composed when you play with Counterbalance. The card is just a blast. Absolute delight. Opponent is a man of culture. Let's see if we reveal our Nexus of Fate. Oh, so unlucky. I'm just gonna counter draw. I think we could easily let this resolve. We know their last card is Snapcaster Mage, which the Remand even handles the flashback spell here. So I'll put a 2 on top in the form of Remand here because we know their card is Snap. You should force that. No, I don't think so. I'm actually like pretty happy if they draw Nexus while we're ahead on board here. If they draw Nexus and cast it, we get to Remand it and then draw cards with Teferi. We're happy if they draw Nexus of Fate in this spot. You don't just like always exile Nexus because it's Nexus of Fate. Like we would love for them to redraw it here. Opponent should know that there's a 2 on top, but I mean, not much they can do here. Obviously, the 2 on top was so lucky. You think about winning Cryptic for Snap? Remand answers the flashback spell was my thought process there. And also, we have the Shark for the actual creature. But I think that's, I think both roads lead to Rome, Doesn't feel like there's much that can go wrong from this point. How much do I want to play around Shark Typhoon that cycles now? Not too much because we don't want to lose to it, but we have the charm here, so I don't think we need to like leave anything back. And they probably only play 3 Typhoons because when I built this deck, that's how many I was playing. But their list is not exactly like mine. I'm not playing 2 Triomes. Oh yeah, chat lethal. Gotcha. Alright, so we have 4-1 to both of our leagues so far. I think I'm just going to run it back. I'm pretty happy with the 75, and honestly have not been playing very well today. I feel like I'm playing worse today than I have been in a while. Triple blue, reveal the top 10 cards of your library for